presented by Underdog Fantasy. I'm your host, Shane Diefenbach, joined, as always, by Sean DePaz, but a gremlin has snuck into the picture, Mr. Anthony Totri.
I am said gremlin.
How are we doing?
Good.
Why'd you hesitate?
I don't know. I was just, the weather threw me off today.
He got
I
his
don't
ass
understand
kicked
that.
twice in Madden
Are
today.
you a guy that
Whoa.
lets the weather affect you?
Ass kicked. I don't know about that.
First game.
First game,
yes.
Do I let the weather get to me? Not this weather. I love this weather. I love
why
overcast
are
weather.
This weather got to me in a positive way.
I was just not expecting to walk out and it be
cold?
Not cold. Well, it wasn't
it
really
was cold.
cold.
It was. I mean, it was cold.
It's just a little nipply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Wait. What?
Nibbly?
No, nipply.
Okay.
Yeah. You
I
never
thought
heard
you
that
said
before?
no. I thought you said nibbly, and that's why. I was,
Nibbly.
No, nipple.
No, nipply.
Why nipply?
Nipply, because your nipples get hard.
Yeah, you little.
I didn't.
You never heard that before?
No, I actually haven't.
Well,
I've heard nippy.
Yeah, Yeah, same thing.
I've never heard
nipply.
nipply.
oh, well, there you
Nippy
go.
means it's like the cold is nipping
Never,
at you, like it's biting.
Yeah, no, this is like because it's cold, your nipples
That's
are
not
hard.
a thing.
And in New York, we
I
would say
think
it
it
was
is.
brick titties outside.
Nibbly outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's from Chevy Chase's Christmas Vacation.
Oh, is it?
My dad
yeah.
just sent me a link to Survivor.
Because there's a great scene. Okay. What did he send you a link to?
A link to to audition for Survivor.
Who? I got tape already.
You wouldn't work.
What do you mean?
I would take your lower on everything in Survivor.
I
Recap
think
of
you
week
would be
8.
good.
Let's talk about week 8 from a fantasy perspective.
You'd be a fan favorite.
I appreciate
We'll
you.
start with the 6 a.m. game. I'm sure most people woke up to the score of that game, as did I. Broncos.
Yes.
They got the dub in London. Are we buying any stock into anybody on fantasy on the Broncos?
I don't hate Latavius Murray.
I do.
I don't. I think that running back room, I think it's a little bit of a question mark
Well,
just
now-
because they got Chase
Yeah,
Edmonds.
now it's even more of a question
but I don't
mark.
think Melvin Gordon is the guy there. I think that's the coaching staff has made that pretty clear. And
What
I
do you
think
mean? They literally three days ago they said Melvin Gordon is our starting running
they've
back.
said that weeks ago, and he still is getting out-toted or the red
Out-toted?
zone carries are going to Latavius Murray. He reminds me a lot of Jamal Williams in Detroit. His numbers may not be crazy, but he's gonna get
that's
a
the
touchdown
opposite.
every week.
Oh, Latavius Murray
Yeah.
is that's fair.
I am with you, Totri, that I think Latavius Murray might be the guy, but I am completely out on anything that has to do with the Denver Broncos.
That's
I
totally
completely agree.
Completely out. I want nothing to do with that.
Jacksonville Jaguars. You like anybody there?
No, because
Really?
CalvinRidley next year.
yeah, next year.
No Travis Etienne?
I guess ETN.
Wait, you
I've
shaking
just
your
been
head
so-
no?
I've been so
Have you seen his usage?
I
spurned
don't like
by.
it, man. That's partially because I got
Christian
James
Kirk.
Robinson. So
I've been so hurt by Christian Kirk that
I'm
I just.
appalled.
Is that offense going to be good next year?
I don't think
Could
it's
it be good?
ever going to be good. I think it's going to be better than this
Are we
year.
out on Sunshine Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, him and Christian Kirk.
This 2021 NFL draft class might be the worst.
I
for
think
quarterbacks
Lawrence
in a
has.
while.
He's got next year. If he fucks up next year, I think
That's
it's
what we
done
said
for him.
last year.
No, but okay. So,
But last year was his rookie year.
Last year was not just his rookie year; it was his Urban Meyer year, which means
that's
he
fair.
basically played an extra.
Everybody
year of
gets an
college.
Urban Meyer
So he
year.
gets an
This is
extra
his
year of
first year.
eligibility.
This is his first year as an NFL quarterback. Next year will be his second. Next year, I do think it is a certain amount to prove it. But
Doug
I'll give him
Peterson
this
got
year.
Nick Foles and Carson Wentz to the Super Bowl. If he can't get Trevor Lawrence to at least be competitive in that division, then I think it's time to go after next year.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is just he's such a question mark. I am a huge ETN guy. I mean, everything higher on underdog. He's just such a wagon. The man's explosive and pass catching back as well. Like, I love everything to do with him. Other than that, out on everything, especially Christian Kirk. It's too much of a gamble for me. All right, let's stop talking about that game because it was disgusting.
Please.
Let's go to an actual fun game.
Ooh.
The Falcons and Panthers.
hey,
Oh.
hey, Falcons are the future AFC or NFC South champions.
That
Maybe
was one of
AFC
the
South.
most fun games I've watched in a while.
I don't have been trying to.
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you.
PJ Walker threw the pass of the year so far.
Yeah,
Dude.
that shit was incredible.
Unreal.
Like, it's amazing that team has had 3 quarterbacks, 2 of which were top 5 picks. Was Darnold a top 5 pick?
Darnold was a top 5 pick.
Right? I couldn't remember exactly where it was. I know he was top 10 at least. And the guy that is actually the guy is an XFL quarterback. Like, I love that about
What's
the Panthers.
tragic is
And they got better after McCaffrey.
PJ. Yeah, they haven't lost since McCaffrey left.
Which is small.
And
sample size.
2, PJ Walker, I feel like is going to have a very Taylor Heineke season, where at the end of the year,
Taylor Heineke last year's
yes,
season.
Yes.
where there's going to be people at the end of the year where like, okay, PJ deserves a chance,
And
but
they're going to go draft somebody.
their pick is going to be so high that they're going to take a guy, and PJ's never going to have that real shot. So.
Yeah, and nor do I think he is a franchise quarterback, which is what you need to start at the quarterback position.
But I think he
Not
could,
what you
he
need
could
to
have like
tank.
that Geno effect.
Yeah. Geno's elite. Panthers, Deontay Foreman's kind of a wagon? 3 touchdowns?
Yeah, no Chuba Hubbard last week, though, so we'll see how that affects the...
As I've said multiple
Carries.
times, not only on the show, but on multiple programs, his name should be
Chuba Hubbard.
Chuba Hubbard or Chuba Hubbard.
I always say Chuba Hubbard. Like, at first, that's how I thought his name was
Is it
pronounced.
Chuba Hubbard?
Chuba Hubbard.
It's stupid.
Yeah, only one
Dumb.
B. And it's only
Falcons.
one B in Chuba, too, which is stupid.
Kyle Pitts' legacy game happened.
Yeah, I'm in on Kyle Pitts. The Falcons. The biggest problem with the Falcons, they don't throw the ball a lot. But when they do, they throw the ball to the tight end a lot.
Algier, Mariota, Drake London, do we like any of them?
No, because Cordell Patterson's going to be, he just got taken off IR. So.
Yeah, not interested in Algier. Not interested in Marcus Mariota. Again, they don't throw the football.
But there are some leagues
But
where
Drake London-
I've had to ride Huntley in a couple leagues, which has been tough, but he's gotten me through it.
We were talking right before the show. If you look at my fantasy team this week, I've got Christian Kirk and DJ Moore as my starting receivers.
Yeah, you just picked up Drake London, though.
But I did just pick up Drake London, so I feel like if you're in a situation where you don't have,
Who dropped Drake London?
I don't know.
I don't know. Somebody did drop Drake
But
London.
if you need running back depth or receiver depth and Drake London's available, I would pick him up because that's
We can
the
have
situation
discussions.
I'm in.
We can have discussions. We've made
We
the
did
only
make a great
trade,
trade.
that's happened in the league.
I've
David
tried,
and I
man.
just
Yeah, Chris Olave is on my flex right
David
now.
and I
I'm also just not a big
successfully
trader
made
in
another one.
fantasy.
I'm usually not.
Usually
but
because
the
I
trade that we
draft
did was
well.
I usually draft well too, but my team has been unlucky.
My team is a wagon.
Sometimes your team is a wagon, but sometimes for those teams that aren't a wagon, we have to try and build our way to get a wagon.
Yeah, we
right
did
now,
have a very good trade.
I've just got a couple wheels. That's
You
all.
know
I
who's
got.
not a wagon?
My team's not a wagon.
The Las Vegas Raiders.
Neither is
Yeah,
Las
they
Vegas Raiders.
are a wagon with no wheels. They're sitting in one place.
But I will
It's in the
say,
middle of the
buy
lot.
They're like
Devontae Adams.
they're like a decoration at a Western.
They are
hotel.
Yeah.
furniture or decor. They are a basket.
Buy Devontae Adams. That's where I'm at.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Por
Even the
qué?
His
Packers-
numbers are low. They're coming off a horrendous week where he had, 1 catch, 2 catches in fantasy. People are going to be wanting to sell him because he is a top-tier pick. He
Yeah,
hasn't
I just don't,
performed.
I still think his name carries too much weight to get him for that cheap.
Well, yeah.
Plus, it's an unknown. This offense.
Tried to make a trade with Espo.
You know what I would
Nothing.
do if I was Josh McDaniels? 1, I would quit. But 2, I would shut down Devontae Adams for the rest of the season.
the rest of the year?
Yeah. Call it. I wish
is-
more teams would do
They
that.
should
Just
just-
call it. Call
Is
it. We're
Derek
done.
Carr, is
We're
Derek
done.
Carr done?
No.
Yes, I've never believed in him. I've never believed in
Well,
him.
from what perspective
Yeah,
do you mean
fair
done?
Does he deserve another year?
I mean,
He'll get another year.
But I feel like that's where it's been for a
but
while
he
now.
hasn't been that bad.
But that team, at a
The
certain point,
offense is terrible.
So this
Josh
is all McDaniels' fault.
should be done.
Is
Yes.
McDaniels Glenn Thomas?
yes.
Stop
Welcome
it.
to PH next Sunday.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
What was I gonna say about?
Do
this?
we like anybody on the Raiders? Josh Jacobs?
Josh
We
Jacobs,
still
for
believing?
sure. Yes. Yeah.
I think this would be the time to sell him high. I would sell.
Yeah, I agree.
I would sell Josh Jacobs for Jonathan Taylor right now, and I think you could get the Jonathan Taylor guy to sell you.
You know what I would do? I would give up on Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
He's injured again.
Yeah. So same injury though. So it's a nagging injury, but it's not
That's
new.
not good.
I
That's
would
even
rather
worse.
I would rather have a nagging injury.
I wouldn't, especially with the offensive line. Quentin Nelson is one of the worst guards / centers in the NFL right now, which makes no
Crazy.
sense.
Yeah.
That offensive line is in shambles. The entire offense is in shambles. The defense can't stay off the field. It's
Did they lose to the Commanders? Yeah. Terry McLaurin went stupid. I forgot.
not good. Not good at all. Saints. Alvin Kamara. He's back and real. He's good.
He is. He heard everybody
you heard the
talking about
rumors,
him
yep.
getting dealt.
And that defense. I know it was the Raiders, but
That defense been them though.
no, they haven't. They were
think they
supposed
have.
to be a top 5 defense in the NFL, and they were terrible up until this week. They were terrible.
I know Sean's irritated because he just lost a receiver for the season.
I did. Michael Thomas.
Your
Done for
fault.
the season, most likely.
What round did you get him in?
Late.
Not your fault.
Late, yeah. I didn't draft him early. Like, my other receivers are
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase, which... Christian Kirk, and
Christian Kirk looked good at the start of the year.
I have a lot. But yeah, no, it was amazing at the beginning of the year.
You just said Christian Kirk. Of course
Yeah,
he did.
that's fair.
Christian Kirk.
But he got a
Hey,
lot.
I think he'll be good next year as a wide receiver too.
For the first 4 weeks, yeah.
He'll be a solid wide receiver too. But yeah, Fantasy not looking great.
Yeah, I don't know about the Saints. They're just weird. Andy Dalton.
The quarterback, if like you're in a situation, and this is based in part off of what happened to me the other week, but
our league is so.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
In normal formats, he scored like 18 points.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if you're in a situation where you don't have a quarterback in any given week, you can do worse than the Saints.
I do have a bone to pick with. I know obviously the league settings are the way they are and they're not going to change. Though there are a lot of things to hate with the way our scoring in our league goes. The one thing that irritates me maybe the most, and I think it will have a serious impact on the playoffs, is if you have the same record as somebody. In most leagues, it comes down to a head-to-head record, right? This tiebreaker is not head-to-head.
Well, no, first it's whoever has the higher points in most leagues, and then it goes to head-to-head.
So normally the leagues I'm in it's head-to-head. If you have the same record as somebody, the head-to-head record is the reason.
Oh, actually, you might be right, yeah.
It'll give you, because you beat that person, you obviously are in.
Sure,
For this,
crazy.
the league that we're in, it's strictly points for. So like a couple weeks ago, Derek and I had the same record, but I had beaten him.
Mm-hmm.
And he was still ahead of me because he had higher points. That's going to irritate some people.
Well,
in the
you know
postseason.
what you should do?
Win more?
You should score more points.
Well, I'm on a 3-game win streak, so.
Well, congratulations.
So am I.
You know who's not on a 3-game win streak? The Cincinnati Bengals, and they kind of suck.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question. Chat, chime in as well. Is it Zach Taylor or is it Joe Burrow without Jamar Chase?
Zach.
Who struggles more without Jamar Chase?
Zach Taylor.
Oh, struggles more with.
Like, whose fault is it more without Jamar Chase?
I mean, I blame everything on Zach Taylor.
So do I.
I think Joe Burrow's a good quarterback, and he obviously misses Jamar Chase, but like
Maybe he's not, though.
they weren't. It's not like they were blowing out everybody out the water when he was there. Like it's not like all of a sudden Joe Burrow just got significantly worse because Jamar Chase. Like it's the same team. You just are missing a huge piece of talent. So of course you're going to get worse. But they were bad before.
There is something I want to bring up, and I saw it on the internet, so I'm not going to coin it as my own. But at a certain point, we have to talk about who the Bengals have lost to with Joe Burrow at quarterback. They've lost to Cooper Rush when he was there. They just got...
Well, let's
That
not
Cooper
do
Rush
that.
team was a wagon.
Let's
Okay,
not do that. Let's not do that. Joe Burrow lost to the Cowboys defense.
Okay. Whatever, but Cooper Rush was at quarterback. They just lost Jacoby Brissett, hung 32 on their head.
Okay, but is Joe Burrow playing safety? Is Joe Burrow playing corner?
I'm just saying.
Quarterbacks
Quarterbacks make the difference, though. They lost to Mitch Trubisky.
But can quarterbacks defend 32 points? Look, I'm not.
No, but you could put up 30.
You could, but again, I think Joe Burrow.
Jamar Chase.
I think Joe Burrow's a little bit overrated because people consider him a top 5 quarterback, and he's not.
No, he's not.
He's not.
cool,
But
though.
I also think that he is underrated in the fact that he has to perform with Zach Taylor, and Zach Taylor needs to be gone. And I'm glad they're underperforming this year. And they just lost Chidobe Awuzie, I think that's pronunciation.
Yeah, good job.
Their best corner.
Awuzie is definitely
Goodbye. That team isn't shit, and no one's talking about that. That Awuzie just got hurt. I know this isn't like just a football show, but don't pick up the Bengals defense if you're thinking of doing that.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. And the Browns, if you have Amari Cooper, congratulations. He's about to become a top 10 receiver fantasy wise, if he's not already. I mean, Brissett was throwing some great balls. Whatever you think of Deshaun Watson, I mean,
Horrible person.
gonna give a better ball than Jacoby Brissett, I would say.
That's probably true. Haven't seen him play in like 2 years.
Yeah,
but
so that's
still probably
worrisome.
But that offense could be scary.
It is already scary because you can't stack. You have to stack the box because Nick Chubb is a top 3 running back in the NFL right now. He's unbelievable.
I think he's the best running back in the NFL. I think we're at a certain point that
I think Derrick Henry might have.
Wait, who would you say is the best?
I would say Nick Chubb is clearly
Well,
RB1.
not clearly.
I think he's clearly RB1. I think he's more versatile of a running back than Derrick Henry is.
I think Alvin Kamara is more versatile than Nick Chubb.
Yeah, but
I think Christian McCaffrey is the most versatile running back in the NFL.
But he's not the best running back in the NFL.
I think he might be.
Christian McCaffrey. I think right now, if you're like, oh, you have a team, pick any running back.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey is probably the first person I'm choosing.
Yeah.
If not him, then
If you just want to run the ball, it's Derrick Henry or Nick Chubb.
yeah.
So yeah, Bengals players like let's say like this week, I had to start Tyler Boyd because Jamar Chase got injured. Should I keep doing that? Like, is that a safe option? Going to Bengals receivers, they can't separate. Also, you know who's also impacted by the Jamar Chase? T. Higgins. T. Higgins is showing that he's not a wide receiver 1.
Yeah, no,
You know who I like having in this situation is Hayden Hurst.
Yeah.
I like him as he's my starting tight end.
Let me look at some of the receivers that I've had to pick up on waivers because it's not only injuries, but bye weeks now are starting to become a problem too.
Yeah, that was me this week. Both of my running backs, Nick Chubb and Saquon Barkley, which is wagon. They are both on buys, so I'm kind of screwed. My entire bench, I don't have a single bench player playing this week. I have no margin for error.
If you do need receivers this week, 2 receivers that I've got off waivers that are starting for me in separate leagues this week are one, Josh Reynolds for the Detroit Lions.
God.
I don't hate it.
I don't love it.
I don't love it.
I don't like it
You know
even.
who I really love? I love Joshua Palmer. Absolutely, love Joshua Palmer.
Yeah. If he's available in your league,
Go get him.
He
might be wide receiver 1 this week.
Is he available in our league?
No.
Good. Yeah.
I picked him up.
Yeah. Your friends are stupid if they don't have him.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's my
Someone said,
dad.
"Is Kyler
That's my
Murray
dad.
hiding under the hat?"
He absolutely hates Kyler Murray.
That is a question that we can't really answer in terms of fantasy. If you guys do have questions, drop them in the chat. We'll answer them at the end of the show. Last thing to recap from week 8, obviously trade deadline. What was your favorite move?
My favorite move? I honestly do. I really like the Vikings going to get TJ Hockenson. I think with the injury to, why am I forgetting the Irv Smith, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think like shoring up that spot. A Vikings team that uses the tight end a decent amount. Like they throw the tight end a lot.
Irv Smith, mutual friend of Leah.
That's a stretch.
You have a mutual friend?
I know. I'm friends with his ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you have
so
a
he's
friend.
probably not friends with her anymore.
Yeah.
You have a mutual
Maybe
ex-friend.
now that he's injured, he might get bored and
Whoa.
Maybe. I don't know.
Who knows?
It's the second time this show I've been
my
in sync
favorite
with
trade
somebody.
was, I love defense, so it's either Bradley Chubb,
yeah.
because that is so fun. Emmanuel Ogbah was one of the worst signings that team could have made, and sneakily, everyone loved the Dolphins defense, including me before the season. They've been pretty bad. They can't get any pressure. I think this will help a lot. One, it shows that they're a contender, and two, that it shows that they don't really they are willing to trade all the draft picks that they accumulated. I also love the Roquan Smith thing.
Yeah.
People hate it because they're gonna have to sign Lamar and him. I think it's going to work. I think that defense is going to be really good.
Even if it doesn't,
You need a defense.
You're in a situation right now where a guy
That division's
like that,
still open.
It's still open. Like they're in a situation where a guy like that can help them against a quarterback like Josh Allen.
I think they win that division.
The Ravens?
No, so do I. Yeah, I mean it's open, but I think they are the clear favorite.
I think that's a division that could literally come down to the last week.
Yeah, I mean you have to remember that
The
on
Ravens'
paper-
schedule is so easy though.
on paper though the Browns are going to get significantly better when Deshaun Watson starts
but
playing.
the Ravens' schedule is
No, yeah. I
Assuming
think
he
the Ravens-
returns and is the same quality that he was.
That's why I said on paper. I think the Ravens are winning the division, but which goes to my point that having a guy like Roquan Smith helps a lot against a guy that you're probably going to have to play in Josh Allen if you want to get to the Super Bowl. So I think that's a very good move for them.
I think my favorite trade, I didn't love the value, but I love the move. I love Chase Claypool.
I honestly do like it a lot too.
Because I think he can be a wide receiver 1.
The only thing I like
what it means.
Yeah, exactly. That they care about Justin Fields.
Exactly. I like that it's a vote of confidence.
This is one thing that really pissed me off though, is people like Bears fans. There are two fan bases that are delusional. I'm sorry, DNVR. They're not delusional, DNVR, but the Broncos fan base just doesn't make sense to me. Two of the Bears are one of them, because they always argue, you know what happens when you get a wide receiver 1? The quarterback gets better. And then go on to cite Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. Like, that's not an outlier.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs made Josh Allen who he is. Stephon Diggs made Josh Allen 6'5" and a super soldier. No.
He didn't.
He helped him, but he
lot.
didn't.
He didn't make him.
He didn't
He
make
did
it.
not
He didn't
make
change his
him.
decision making. He didn't change his arm
yeah.
strength. He didn't change his throwing motion. That wasn't him. And you know what they tried to do? Change Justin Fields' throwing motion. That didn't work out. Look, if you own Chase Claypool in fantasy, probably sit him for the first couple weeks, because I don't know how this is going to work.
Yeah, I was
But
looking at.
I think his
picking him
targets
up
are going to
potentially.
go up, and honestly, I think he's going to be a wide receiver too.
I think he's definitely.
I think if you're a Darnell Mooney owner, yes.
I wish this would have happened for the Packers, because I think this would have been a lot more fun. And it just sucks
But
that
the Packers don't do anything.
The Packers don't do anything. And my little brother's a Packers fan for no reason. So just seeing him after a offseason of nothing, a draft of nothing, and now a trade deadline of nothing, it's laughable. It's funny because their division rival just went and got a wide receiver 1 for what? Second round pick?
Yeah.
Tell me the Packers couldn't have done that?
Conditional second or fourth.
Are you talking Claypool?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was second. So if you're in a situation like me, who could pick up an extra receiver, and both Darnell Mooney and Chase Claypool are available right now.
Claypool.
Mooney.
For the record, Mooney is projected to score about 2 points more than.
Here's my thinking. One, Claypool is going to need to get integrated still, and two, Mooney is a deep threat receiver. Mooney is a guy that, if he gets doubled, he's out of the game, and the only way he he can score points in fantasy is if there is attention somewhere else. If Khalil Herbert is running crazy and they take a deep shot and play action. So you know what works? Having a guy that, gets attention across the field from him. I think Claypool's going to get some attention, and it's going to... Mooney is a really good receiver. He's a really good receiver.
I just like having that kind of size as a target for Justin Fields. Obviously, Claypool's 6'4", Mooney's 5'11". So, that is the one thing that gives me pause. I'm interested to see how Fields does with a receiver that big. But
all right, let's get on to winners and woofs. Shawn, we'll start with you. Who's your winner this week?
I'm gonna go Naheem Hines. I think going to that Bills team is going to serve him very well. I think you have a guy that just is going to add a different level, like a pass catching ability in that backfield that the Bills haven't had. A team that throws the ball a fuck ton. I just think, and he's out behind JT for the long term. So I think it's going to serve him very well, and also Bills fan. So
Totri?
My winner is DeAndre Hopkins, because since he's come back, he has been the best receiver in the NFL. And I think that's going to continue, and I think it's going to get even better for him when Marquise Brown comes back, because Hollywood Brown's going to take a little bit of the pressure and coverage away. So I guess maybe even the Cardinals in general could be considered a winner. I know it's a hot take, but
my winner is Lamar Jackson, because he can win with Devin Duvernay, and it is awesome to see. And I know the Bucs are on such a slide right now, but it's still a really good defense. And I know what you think of Todd Bowles, whatever, but Lamar Jackson just continues to impress me every single week. His decision making has just been incredible. He knows when to use his legs and not to overuse them. And he's just such a commander of the game right now, and it's special to see. And I think people are just kind of taking for granted what he does, and they just look at his stat lines and say, he threw for 180 and ran for 60, and they won by 5 points. But it's so much more than that. If you watch the film and you watch what he does and some of the decisions he makes and just the type of balls he throws, it's just so different. And I think he not only is he going to get paid, but he's going to be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL for years to come.
top 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shawn, who's your wolf?
Wolf, I'm going Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, and just the Detroit Lions defense in general. It's like death taxes and the Detroit Lions blowing a lead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they did it again. I texted you guys. I live bet the Dolphins after when they were losing by 2 touchdowns, because it just seemed like it was like Bryce Harper's home run in the first inning of the game 3 of the World Series. It's just like, should you be predicting this? No, but you also should, because it was the most unobvious thing to ever happen.
Mm-hmm.
That defense is just so bad, and they keep doing this. And Aaron Glenn is not going to have a job. Dan Campbell might not have a job.
Dan Campbell's almost done.
It's just so sad, because the offense has been trying. They've tried to win games for this team. But the second half comes and the team just disappears. So honestly, it's a whole Detroit Lions, city of Detroit, really, Michigan. But
I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
I'll double down on that.
Yeah, but specifically Aaron Glenn, because his defense.
Michigan?
Is terrible.
Yeah.
Wow, I kind of like it.
Anti-Michigan. Don't like the school.
Yeah.
Totri Wolf.
DJ Moore. Because if he doesn't showboat the way he did at the end of that game, they take an extra point, and you have sole possession of first place.
Yeah.
And
they get another chance on primetime.
They do. And that might be the greatest game of all time, or it might be disgusting. I'm not quite sure.
I am also going to double down on the DJ Moore thing, because it's also like, best case scenario, you were going to overtime. Or no, I guess you could have won. But you still needed, you hadn't won yet. Your touchdown did not give you the lead.
No,
so relax.
It tied it up.
Relax.
All you had to do is kick the extra point.
Yeah, relax until you actually won the game.
Yeah.
Tough.
Plus,
you're not
extra points are not gimmies in those
situations.
Right. We've seen it time
not
and time
anymore.
again.
You're not Stephon Diggs. This is not like the miracle in Minnesota or whatever they call it. There's still game to be played. So relax. I'm with you on that.
My wolf
need him to start winning in fantasy, though.
Is playoff Lenny.
Oh.
Leonard Fournette. Can you tell me his average yards per carry in the past 5 games?
3.2.
2.2.
Oh, wow. Didn't think 2.8 would be too generous.
So bad.
Hey.
I don't know if it's vision.
LTC,
oh, there we
baby.
go. I didn't even see that.
Cook.
I don't know if it's vision or the offensive line just holding up, which is just such an underrated thing. Alex Kappa and losing the core. Like, I know you think you can let them walk, but you can't. You have to keep your offensive line intact. I think it's Leonard Fournette, though. I think that we saw kind of an overinflation of his value at the start of the year, and if you're a Rachaad White fantasy owner like me, come on, turn it up. His time is coming.
Is this not just Leonard Fournette, though? He did the exact same thing last year. Like, people thought he was going to get cut, and then he ended up turning into an amazing, so if they can get to the playoffs again.
Yeah, he just doesn't look good. I think they're but you know what wasn't happening last year is they weren't losing games like this. So
yeah, this is a team that throws the ball 40-something times a game. So,
but also carries it way more than they should because of what's happening on the field. I think they almost have no choice. Todd Bowles, you have no choice. After this week, if you lose and Lenny puts up another stat line like this, you got to go to Shad. You have to go to 3.
How many carries did he get last week against Baltimore?
6.
So is that? I mean, that's not necessarily him. That's a little bit on the play calling as well.
No, Rachaad White.
Oh, Rachaad got
he only
6.
got like 4 to 6. Lenny, let me see. Lenny got 9.
So it's just not a team that runs the
9
ball.
for 24. No. Pittsburgh, 21 carries for 63 yards. Atlanta, 14 carries for 56 yards.
Yeah.
Carolina, 8 carries for 19. He can't get open. It's terrible. So, yeah, that's my love for this week. Just the worst. So I would take his lower on anything on Underdog Fantasy if you want to get in on the action. Let me tell you about the easiest and most fun way to spice up your football season. It's Underdog Fantasy and their pick'em game. Just look for your favorite or Leonard Fournette's player stats. Pick between 2 and 5 for your pick'em entry and whether you'll end up higher or Lenny than the total for that week's stat. Get all your picks right. You can win up to 20 times your money in a single night. Guys, do you have any favorite higher or lowers?
For tonight?
For tonight, for this weekend. Marcus Smarts.
Miles Sanders higher than 7.5 receiving yards.
That's fun.
Houston plays a lot of zone. Miles Sanders hasn't been big.
Everybody's playing zone now, though.
But Miles Sanders hasn't been big in the passing game this year. But I think he's just going to eat in general. I wouldn't mind taking higher on everything. Earlier in the week, his higher on rushing yards was set at 69.5. It's gone up to, I believe, 81 since then.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
I still like the higher.
Really
everything Miles Sanders.
I'm rooting against it because I just traded Miles Sanders to you.
Thank you.
In our fantasy league.
Why are we talking about community?
I don't know.
Because of my pants? I think everyone gets shocked when I wear pants.
It's also you're wearing khakis, so it's not like just pants.
This is very
if you're
like
wearing sweats like that. Like I don't think anyone would.
This is
Well,
so.
that's what I mean.
Like I don't know why, but I just feel like this is very like a holiday fit.
It's cold.
It's just I said it's got very dad, and we established that he kind of looks like a narc.
The shirt
earlier.
is a South Dakota Air and Space Museum shirt that I got from a thrift store. So
yeah, and you
The
look
pants
like
are Lululemon.
Oh, they do look nice.
Yeah, I didn't say they don't.
When he was earlier, he was wearing a regular baseball hat with nothing on it. He looks like a narc. He looked like he was undercover.
It did have something on it. It's just written in the same color
is
as
it
the
a
hat.
Roots hat?
I got higher on Dameon Pierce's receptions at 3.
I'm going higher than half a rushing touchdown for Jalen Hurts. I think this team. Eats
I would
tonight.
take the lower on any touch. Are there any touchdown stats for? No, I don't think there are. Ooh! Oh my God! If this isn't a lucky charm, lower than Fairbairn's extra points made, 1.5.
Oh, you're asking them to score 2
There is
touchdowns?
zero chance this team scores 2 touchdowns tonight. No chance.
Somebody get ready
that.
to clip and edit this when they score 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, the Houston Texans have won 37-4.
Earlier today, I claimed they would not score a touchdown tonight. I don't think they will.
I don't hate it.
I don't think they will. Well, guys, download Underdog Fantasy. You can search in the App Store or click the link in the show notes. Sign up with promo code PHNX and Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code PHNX. Get in on the action today. Pugs and Hugs sent us a pear sticker. Let me just read exactly what it says. We can't see it. This is always one of the funniest things to me.
Rudo does like dramatic
Pugs and
readings
Hugs,
of it.
I'm sure it's dancing, having a good time. But right now on the screen, it just says, super sticker, pear character with lovely dovey eyes, blowing red hearts in the air. Lovey dovey
That
eyes.
is definitely towards Shane, too.
Yeah, we don't get that kind of love from Pugs and Hugs.
Let me see what it looks like on YouTube. Oh, it's so cute. It has a headband. Look at it. It's working out.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Thanks, Pugs and Hugs. All right.
Damn, you just kiss him?
I smooched.
Oh, wow.
We'll smooch. It's time for stonks, buying or selling.
Stonks.
Bum, bum, bum.
Stonks.
3 touchdowns this week. Deontay Foreman. We buying or selling?
I'm selling right now for what I said earlier.
Chuba?
Truba is coming back, so I think that hurts. And also, they were playing the Falcons. Like, I'm in on the Falcons, but they're also not a great team. So I think right now, if you can find someone that needs a running back, I don't think his stock is going to be any higher
if you can trade him for almost anything,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No one drafted him. Like, you definitely picked him up off waivers. So
Yeah.
if you can trade him for something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 100% selling. I think
I'm selling or picking up if he's on
Yeah.
waivers.
I
somehow.
don't think he's a bad option, but I think his stock. I don't think his stock's going to be any higher.
no.
Than
If
it
you
is
can go
right
trade him right now,
Yeah.
this is the perfect time to sell high on him.
Pugs and Hugs said it's for all of us.
now. Oh,
So
Thanks, Pugs.
everyone, there we go. As I said, guys, we're going to be answering all the questions
like
you
that
have
one.
for fantasy in the chat.
Huh.
So please ask some questions. We'll get to them at the end of the show. All right, next one. Arizona Cardinal. Rondale Moore. Buying or selling?
Sell. Sell, cut, do whatever. Because when Marquise Brown comes back and Robbie Anderson gets acclimated, he's not going to see the damn field.
Well, Cliff does love his screenplays.
You're right. He'll get 3 catches, all screens for -5 yards.
Yeah.
He's talented,
He is.
but Cliff needs to realize that he's not Debo.
But they did use him correctly, and he scored a touchdown last week.
He's not Debo.
I would sell. I just am not really, unless it's DeAndre Hopkins. I don't really have much interest in Cardinals players. To be honest. I like Eno, but still, it's not a situation where I want him to be my running back. Like, I don't want him. If you're in a situation where you need a running back, then sure. But otherwise, I don't really want him on my fantasy team.
I do too, LTC. I do too.
When's his return?
Should be in a couple weeks. I believe 2 more weeks.
He got put on IR, so.
Yeah, so you're a minimum of 4.
Yeah. Cool.
And you have, 28 days after that?
Not a beer, not 4 Peaks, but a Heineke.
Ooh.
We buying or selling? If you need a quarterback,
Sell.
obviously.
I don't know what their upcoming schedule looks like, but I would buy.
I'm selling.
If it in a time where quarterbacks
Bye-week quarterback, buy or sell?
bye-week quarterback, buy 100%. I think he's got a lot of options. I think
I'm selling. I'm not touching him.
it wasn't great against the Colts, but there's potential.
I think that he had 4 good games last year, and look, I love Heineke. I'm such a big fan. He just throws ducks, man.
I just feel like there's if it's a bye week situation, there's better options. Again,
Like what?
Whoever's starting for the New
he's
Orleans
a
Saints, I
he's
like
a
better.
mobile Walmart Peyton Manning. He has some really great throws, and he can move, but he also throws ducks.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, low key, Justin Fields as a bye week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you can get Justin
Miami.
Fields as a bye week quarterback, I mean that's money right there.
Yeah.
Um,
I just think there's better options than
this one,
Heineke.
this one's tough. AJ Dillon, are we buying or selling?
I'm literally selling. I literally
You
just
literally
traded him to David.
him away.
To who?
I traded David, AJ Dillon, and Latavius Murray for Brandon Ayuk because my boy over there needs some RBs. So,
AJ Dillon and who?
and Latavius Murray.
David. David.
Need some RBs.
Oh, that's fair. He said he has too many receivers. I'm buying AJ Dillon.
There you go. So why you make a gross face?
I was just confused by the trade for a second. I'm buying AJ Dillon because he finally got touches last week and looked good doing it. I know Aaron Jones is him, and I know the 2-back set doesn't really work, but I think he's going to start seeing the field a lot more. And man, is he so talented.
Yeah.
He needs to go somewhere else, man. He is so talented.
Where would he fit perfectly? Like, is there a team out there that would like absolutely love an AJ Dillon?
the Patriots?
Oh yeah, like a LeGarrette Blount type guy.
Whoa.
Garrett Blount. Remember when he
Blount,
punched
Blount,
motherfuckers?
whatever.
Blount? That was crazy. I've never heard anybody say that.
Remember when he punched somebody square in the face?
Blunt?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in college. Boise State guy, right? Because he went to Oregon.
Who let go of Cordero Patterson in your league, LTC? My God. Yes.
Yes,
Whoa.
yes.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I've been waiting for him to come back, and I can't wait for the day that he does.
All right. Newly traded Minnesota Viking tight end TJ Hockenson. Are we buying or selling?
We're buying.
Buy. I mean, I think he's a guy. Like I said, I was in on this trade. I like to trade a lot. Fits in, takes over Irv Smith Jr. spot. He's going from a team.
Is that a good thing though?
Yes. 'Cause
Taking over Irv Smith Jr. spot.
why?
They don't use their tight end very
They
much.
do though. They target them. They've thrown to the tight end more than the Lions.
Now that they've
have.
got a really, really talented one, I
Yeah.
think they might.
I think for this reason I'm selling. If I can sell him for a premium.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you need someone who's
because-
desperate for, but who's giving up a premium for a tight end?
Tight ends, I'm on like if you don't have Travis Kelce or
Kyle Pitts.
Andrews
or Mark Andrews, and like all the tight ends are the same.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
So like, if you can, for some reason, someone's willing to give up something for him, then do it. But I like him as a tight end. I think he's going to be serviceable. Have the Vikings had their bye yet? Do you have him for the rest of the year?
My whole thing with him is the Vikings are Carson Wentz and Kirk Cousins, where they're just trying to make him throw little dunk and dunks, and that's not really what TJ Hockenson does. I mean, he's a good yak guy, but like they're throwing curl routes to Justin Jefferson. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. 10 of them a game.
Do they have the quarterback excluded the best offense in the league?
No, skill player wise, that's the Eagles.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
But
the
I
Eagles.
don't think the Vikings are far away from the Eagles. Thielen
Skill
and Jefferson.
I think they are top 5. They're not top 3.
I
The
think they're
Eagles
top
are the.
three.
I think the.
I think the Eagles are the best.
You think
I
they're
the
better than
Vikings-
the Dolphins? And they're better than the 49ers.
Well, the Dolphins just
The
don't have a RB1. Like,
And Gesicki's cool, but I'm taking Hockenson over Gesicki,
Yeah.
and I think Cook is a significantly better running back than anyone.
I'm
in Miami.
taking Goddard over Hawkinson right now.
Yeah,
until I see what he looks like in this
I do
offense.
think the Eagles are a clear one, but after that, I don't think the Vikings are far. They might be too. I don't think they're far.
I think
away.
the Niners are definitely 2. I don't think it's close.
Yeah,
The Niners are 2.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, I did forget about the Niners. Vikings 3 then.
I probably put the Niners 1. Forgot about the whole pesky McCaffrey guy.
Yeah, Kittle,
pretty damn good.
Debo,
Pretty
Ayuk,
damn
yeah.
good. Let's move on
That's tough, yeah.
to the last guy who's been on this for 4 weeks.
Bye.
Mr. Legacy Game himself,
Bye,
Kyle
bye,
Pitts.
bye,
Buy or sell?
Bye. They don't throw the ball a lot, but when they do throw it to the tight end quite a bit.
I think.
What? Oh, are you finally gonna do it?
I'm selling him.
Are you finally doing it?
I think that you're gonna get such a good no. It's so hard.
I would
I'm
do it.
abstaining.
Impulse purchase.
I'm
No,
abstaining.
impulse buy.
I have him in almost every league I'm
Impulse
in.
Look,
buy.
He's going to have a bad week this week because Derwin James is going to be following him all over the field. So
Okay.
you buy him low after this week when he underperforms. That's when you buy Kyle Pitts. But you don't buy him this week.
Dude,
This week he's going to have
He is
maybe
the
5
starting
fantasy
tight end
points.
for the future NFC South champions. I'm in on him.
I think he eats this week.
He doesn't.
I think
Look,
he eats.
Travis Kelce didn't even eat against Derwin James.
I'm sorry, but they don't just play cover match against
They do with dominant tight ends.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Not against Kyle Pitts.
Guess we'll find out.
They're gonna play soft zones because their
Doubt it.
defense is so
Doubt
weak.
it.
Pugs bought us a soda pop. I didn't even notice that.
Thanks, Pugs. And a soda pop.
One of us gets 99 cents. 2 of you get
I'm
$1.
fine with the 99 cents. I need it.
Have I told you guys about my league that I'm 7-1 in, and I did one of the worst things you could do? I drafted Kyle Pitts and Darren Waller back to back for my tight end and flex position, and I'm 7-1.
That's
'Cause I have
wild.
Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs.
How do you end up with both of those players?
Let me-
How is it 10?
Well, Diggs, you get 1. You get first round. There's no way you get Allen anything later in the 5th. So
Allen, you get first round too. I would.
Josh
Did he not go
Allen?
in the-
Josh Allen?
Did he not go in the first round of our draft?
No.
The second round of our draft?
No.
No, quarterbacks don't go that
Yeah.
early.
No,
I
no.
thought he did. I don't know. why.
It's Josh Allen. This is so I have Stephon Diggs and Jamar Chase. I took Jamar Chase 1 in the first round, and I snaked back at 14 and got Diggs, and then I got Allen in the third round. So I don't have any running backs, but yeah, I'm 7-1 in that league. So
What do you think about Zach's question?
hold on, we get to those at the end.
He's new here.
Zach, we'll get to you in a second.
I started. Don't worry.
But you know what it's time for, guys?
What's that?
Time for the war room, baby.
Oh yeah.
Da-na-na-na-na-na. Guys, Espo won again last week.
Well,
I
not
mean,
gonna
I
win
wasn't
this
here,
week.
so he clearly had
Well,
to.
you won. He won 2 weeks ago when you were here.
Yeah, the people don't know that.
Yeah. I don't think I've won one of these, have I?
It says you've won 1.
Oh yeah, I guess the
I
record
mean-
is right up there.
Look, it's gonna be tough for you guys because I'm just simply better when it comes to fantasy football.
Okay, guy.
But
Who's winning our league right now, Totri?
that's neither here nor there.
I would argue that it's right here.
Just say my team's a wagon.
Listen, man, I don't need my words being used against me. But I don't know. How do you feel, Shawn? I'm curious while we get everything kind of logged in here. How do you feel about in-season trades? Because I know there's some people that don't.
For
Like-
fantasy.
Yeah.
I am not normally a big trader, but like I do think it just depends on the situation. Like in our situation where we trade our trade, like I desperately needed a wide receiver. Like literally, if I hadn't made that trade, I don't know who I'd be playing right now, or like who would be on my starting lineup.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're welcome. Give you Olave. Who'd you get? I give you Olave and Singletary.
Olave and Singletary, yes.
Beautiful, beautiful.
For Miles Sanders.
You're welcome.
Which aged poorly because I thought it was going to be the Eagles
Singletary's-
were going to trade for a running back.
And it ended up being.
And it ended up being
I didn't see the Bills trading for a running back.
I did not either. Not that one.
Simple as 1, 2, 3.
Hey.
All three of us in this draft.
Draft starts in 38 seconds.
38
You got
seconds.
the first overall pick.
I have the first overall pick. It's just for the games tonight, or the game tonight.
Houston, Philly, baby.
One day fantasy, super easy. Compete with your friends if you don't have any friends.
That
Okay.
sucks.
Does suck. We'll be
you
your
can-
friends.
Well, you can also join
I will be.
and
Hey, you can
battle against
make
random
strangers
people.
your friends. Talk to strangers more.
Also, message
Hang out with them.
message the Discord and get a group. Too.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you're not a memby, become a memby.
Come on, MB.
Become a memby. Members only Discord is fantastic. Can I
what?
see your phone? I need to.
I mean, I feel like there's an obvious first pick here, but go off.
Yeah, I mean, there is an obvious.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be taking Jalen Hurts. Yeah.
Ooh, lame. Not obvious pick. Bad pick.
Bad pick, you
Bad
said.
pick. We should be drafting Davis Mills first overall. Okay, well, I feel like there's also an obvious second pick. AJ Brown.
Okay, then I will happily take my guy Miles Sanders.
Yeah,
Miles
sounds right.
Sanders there. Absolute dog. This is where it gets interesting.
Yeah. Now. So there's a ton of receivers that I don't recognize that are playing for for the Houston Texans tonight because there's no Brandon Cooks.
Oh man, do I go? Give me Damian Pierce. Taking both running backs. Why not?
I'm going. This might be a little bit of reach. I'm going all the way down to Dallas Goedert.
I love
He
that
won't
pick.
come back for me, most likely.
All right. Let's see. Give me. Oh, should I don't want. Give me Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
Definitely first off.
You don't want Davis Mills.
Oh man.
Mills Mafia, baby.
Oh man.
Mills Mafia.
I guess just because of the floor. Well, the floor could be negative.
floor
The
could
floor
be low.
negative points, yeah.
I'm gonna take Jake Elliott. Davis Mills. Give me Davis Mills.
I really thought I was
wagon.
thought I was going to get Davis Mills. Yeah.
Damian Pierce, a touchdown independent tonight. Yes. Well, I don't think he scores, but we'll see.
Jake Elliott might have 8 extra points. So
I don't think they put up that many points. I think this game is gross and slow.
Yeah, I just don't have much of a choice. I feel like I kind of got to
Yeah, you have to.
go kicker there.
These are easy picks. Give me the guy who's going to probably have the most fantasy points by the end of the night because he's going to catch 10 passes for 100 yards. Rex Burkhead, baby.
Okay.
And I will take Houston's kicker because I don't see them scoring touchdowns, but I see them settling for field goals.
Yeah, I would have done that if I had gotten to me. All right, what do I do here?
Brevin Jordan, anybody? Brevin Jordan,
You know
going
what?
once.
Going twice?
Brevin Jordan?
Sold. Why not? Why not?
And the last pick. Oh, wait. Is that it? Oh, no.
Yeah, no, you got the last
Okay.
pick.
Ooh.
There's one on there.
I don't want anybody on Houston.
There's a person I'm looking at.
I know.
there.
Kenneth Gainwell or Quez Watkins.
It's all so gross.
Quez Watkins can really stretch the field.
I love. Did any? You picked.
I have
Burkhead.
3 running backs and a kicker.
Hurry! 5 seconds.
Kenneth Gainwell. Okay.
There you go.
So I'm projected to smash you guys.
Well, you have 2 quarterbacks. So.
yeah.
We'll see. I honestly, if I had another pick, I probably would have drafted Boston Scott for the fun of it. But
Guys,
There's fun there?
It's that easy. There's some bragging rights and money involved. So a lot of fun. Definitely download it today. Click the link in the show notes or search in the App Store. Promo code PHNext. They will match your first deposit up to $100. So definitely get in on the action at Underdog Fantasy. Roof, roof, roof. It's the best time. We'll keep you updated on what happens. Definitely get in the action though. It's a lot of fun. Can add a lot of fun to a game that's probably going to suck.
yeah.
All right,
Best
let's
part
get
about
into the
playing football.
questions. We only have a couple in the chat. Zachary's got them both. So first he says, so the Cup/Allen owner in my league has no running backs. Should I trade Derrick Henry for either of them? I have Burrow and the other running backs are Saquon and Swift.
Ooh.
I would probably try to shop Swift more than Henry. That's just my opinion though.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would
selling
agree.
high. I'm selling Swift high right now.
But if you're in that situation, you have Joe Burrow and you have Saquon and Swift as running backs. Do you trade Derrick Henry for Cooper Kupp?
I would trade Swift before Henry.
No, but I'm saying I don't think that's an option for him. He's offering.
Oh.
Should I trade Derrick Henry for either of them? I
Uh,
have Burrow and other RBs.
I would get.
I would 100%.
I don't
trade.
know if I'd trade for Keenan Allen right now.
I mean, it also depends on who your receivers are, I guess. But
No, is he talking about Keenan Allen?
or Josh Allen.
I would say Keenan because
Keenan's hamstrings are rubber
He's
band.
saying,
right
would
now.
you trade? Oh, I guess I don't know. Yeah.
Or how about Swift / Jamal / Khalil Herbert? They have David Montgomery for Cup. Okay, my whole thing is if you get the best player in the trade, you win. I don't care who it is. Yes. If you can trade anything for Cup, grab him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he
100%.
averages 15 points a game. So.
100%. I don't
Especially-
care how big the load is, as
Yeah.
long as Josh Allen, he said.
Oh.
Then yes,
Ooh.
I would make the deal.
I would only do
Ooh.
Cup.
If you could get trade Derrick Henry for Cup and Allen, see if someone will do
Yeah,
that.
I don't know
that'll
about that
happen.
one.
All right. I think that's it, right? No other questions?
Is Damian Pierce TD dependent tonight?
Yeah, I already answered that. I just don't think he's going to score.
Yeah.
I think he scores twice. Just kidding. No, I don't.
Amon Ra St. Brown ROS. What does ROS mean?
Guys, it's been a pleasure as always. You can follow me on Twitter at Shane D. You can follow Shawn on Twitter at Shawn_Deposit. Follow Totri on Twitter at Anthony_Totri. Follow PHNX_sports across all socials, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We're here every single Thursday at 2 p.m. to answer your fantasy questions. Download Underdog Fantasy. Click the link in the show notes. We'll be back next Thursday. Enjoy your football tonight. And roof.
Oh, whoa.
Bye.